I decided that my Christmas was going to revolve around forest tracks. So I took my little caravan to the Cairngorms National Park and camped over Christmas just so I could get out and about on my bike. That is dedication to the ride. I had no oven, so my Christmas dinner was pretty terrible, but it was worth it for a change of scenery. And I made up for it by having a wicked dinner when I got back. I headed out pretty early. As soon as I could see any hint of light coming up, I jumped out on my bike. Honestly, I kind of wish... Sometimes I think I need to leave a little later and not leave the second I see a bit of light, because I always find that I see the best skies when I'm getting back from a ride. I need patience. It's just hard because in summer it's the opposite. Like, I'm literally zooming out of bed, rolling out of bed, quickly putting the coffee pot on, throwing some clothes on and jumping onto my bike. I feel so rushed. But in winter, I'm kind of sitting around twiddling my thumbs, looking outside, being like, can I leave yet? Can I leave yet? I mean, there's worse problems to have, isn't there? So cold. And like the condensation from my breathing is like, I can feel it getting icy on my face. I'm following a custom route that I've made to a hut that I know of in the forest. But I took my quad lock off my bikes because I didn't want to be like looking at my phone when I was riding. I usually know where I'm going. Kind of regret that now. Oh well. It means I can stop and like look around and check the route. Pink sky. I feel like I have to whisper because it's so quiet. There's no one around, but you know the kind of quiet that you get when it's like really cold. That's my hot ass print on that cold bench. So when we lived here a few years ago, 1 year by, Stephen and I briefly had a little coffee shop called Cabin Coffee at a campsite here, and I can remember our first week. It was so busy that we were a little bit like, what have we done? And I can remember coming on a walk after a really busy day, and we walked up here and we sat at this bench, and it was the first time we'd been away from people like all week, and we came here and we were like, we're gonna have to come to this bench like every other day and just decompress. It was so busy and it's so quiet up here. By the way, I've only been riding for like a very short amount of time. I'm stopping because the hut I'm going to was used by a guy who used to attend to the reindeer herd up here. So obviously it's up, you know, at the bottom of a mountain. So I'm going up. I'm knackered already. Exercise is not the main priority for me riding bikes. I ride bikes for the joy and getting out and about. But the exercise is something that's kind of come along with it, obviously. And this ride was a knacker. Nowhere near the longest ride I've done, but I have to say it was probably one of the most kind of strenuous, just with the uphill and the frozen ground, the heather hitting off my feet and the pine needle tracks. It was graft. Listen to that breathing. I'm not editing out because it's realism. I don't know if you get a chance to read that sign, but it's basically saying, be careful, there might be reindeer in here. And the next one on the tree says to beware of the bulls. I've never bumped into a reindeer in this enclosure, but I do always keep a little scout out just in case, because I would shit my pants. I'm just coming up to the hut. It's just up in those trees. You've got to walk a little bit first. I've left my bike at the gate, but mate, that was a hard little ride, man. It was all uphill, really like dense. Oh shit, I've just fell in a fucking frozen puddle. Really dense little heathery tracks. The only good thing is this is usually really boggy, but because it's so cold it's pretty frozen. Apart from the one bit my foot just went in, but man, I need a coffee. Look at that nice sky and the mountains. So this hut was built by or for a guy named Utsi, who I think it was like in the 50s. He was like, I think he was Swedish, and he came over to this area and he was like, oh, reindeer would do really well up here. So he brought over a herd of reindeer, who are now like the UK's only free-range reindeer herd. They're still here. The reindeer did really well, but he built this hut so he could be halfway up the mountain and be close to them to look after them. There he is. And that's the hut. I'm laughing my head off because I just filmed a quick little video to send to my family saying Merry Christmas. That's frost. And my face is so red, like I'm so hot and bothered, like I can't even tell you, but look at that! So, like I said before, the reindeer are free range. You can find them wandering around when you're up the mountain. And I was walking the dog once and they all just kind of came out of the mist and walked past me. It was a pretty magical moment, I'm not going to lie. Here's my bike waiting for me. Plan on doing a proper video taking a look at this bike soon, but it's a 1990, I believe, Diamondback Topanga. Alright, let's go. We're going a different route back because Stephen is waiting with the car to pick me up and we're going to head up the mountain for a drive. Going back down this track was so fun. Every moment of that uphill struggle was worth it. I can remember sitting at that hut thinking, I'm not going to make it back. I was absolutely knackered. But then as soon as I started going down here, I was like, whee! This is exactly why I got another bike, because my little coffee cruiser single speed wouldn't quite be the same. Like this bike, having those gears and having something that I'm kind of happy to throw around a little bit more, it's ideal for this. I absolutely love it. I'm going to stop talking and just let you watch this and enjoy it. Well, it was much easier coming down than it was going up. How's my hair? Is it crunchy?
Frosty?
Nice. Okay,